Guys, we're going to talk about homeopathy and its connection to simulation theory. It's kind of a clickbait title, but not completely. There is a connection. And of course, simulation theory is the idea that we are living in a simulation, a computer simulation, or any other type of simulation, or the fact that reality is not real. And we're going to be reading from Boger, who was one of the most prominent homeopaths of the 19th century. He wrote the Studies in the Philosophy of Healing. And we're going to be reading page 45. So let's get into it. He says, what then should be our attitude in general towards disease? If we visualize it as a disturbance in the normal vibratory rate of the human entity, starting in the vital force, that compact of energy which rules our well being, the conclusion is inevitable that each separate sickness which we must suffer must also bear the stamp of the whole. Basically, he is saying that humans are energetic beings, which is, of course, kind of going towards simulation theory in the sense that we are not material beings. But there's going to be some better stuff later on. But there's one more thing we have to comment on here. Um, must also bear the stamp of the whole. So that means it's for people who reject classical homeopathy. Once again, one of the great leaders of the homeopathic movement, of one of the great masters, expresses the fact that a disease is expressed in the totality of the symptoms, the totality of a being. And once again, we have this guy Boger, we have Kent, we have Hahnemann, we have everybody talking about this. So the people who say that Kent is a cult, prescribing on totality is a cult, well, you have all these leaders of homeopathy saying the same thing. So I don't know how Kent can be a cult and how classical homeopathy is wrong. All the 200 years of development by these geniuses is wrong, and people who reject classical homeopathy are right because they are somehow smarter than the geniuses at the peak of civilization, which the 19th century probably was. Anyway, let's continue into towards simulation theory. So Boger continues. Whether we realize it or not, we are externalized thought, and thought habits are the surest guides to the indicated remedy. So what's going on here? Boger believed that we are externalized thought. Remember, this is not New Age um, silliness. There's a lot of it, of course, nowadays. But this is one of the geniuses of the 19th century who also believed that we are externalized thought. And of course, that is taking us to all the way to simulation theory, saying that only thought exists and matter doesn't really exist. And the homeopathic remedies work on the energetic level because the world is immaterial. So that is very interesting. And that he also says that to find the correct remedy, you need to look at a person's mental state and mental symptoms, so called, and those are the surest guides to the correct remedy. And this also points to the fact that we are living in a reality of which is determined by the mental plane, which is a reality is thought manifested, and homeopathy is a living proof of that. So you can go ahead and try prescribing on one physical symptom and then see how you succeed with your patients. So anybody's free to comment on this video and tell me that this is all wrong and that we have to kind of discard all of this. So I think that is it for today. And thank you for listening. If you would like to do a homeopathic consultation, you can find all my contact details in the channel description.